Hello, my dear geeks. After a very long day of walking, welcome to the GMS magazine videos from the comfort of my home. And as you can tell, I am very relaxed and tired, so I'm just going to go for this video. I am Paco Garcia, your host. And recently I posted a question in Facebook among my friends, asking how would you add real politics into your games? Because to be perfectly honest, I cannot think of a reason not to, and to some degree I cannot think of a way not to, like my friend Federico Song said. It's just something that's so ingrained in us that it's very difficult to just leave it completely aside. Now, of course, we should differentiate between political issues and social issues, because many times, as we know, social issues get kidnapped by politicians because it feeds into their agenda and into their campaigning to obtain votes, when in reality it's got nothing to do with them and they truly don't care. It's just another tool for them to get votes. So we should differentiate them. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to pretend that everything is within the same spectrum. And I would say that getting politics into your own games can be an insane source of really cool stuff. Of course, as long as you do it very carefully indeed. Now, I'm not going to say replicate your country's political parties and put it into your games, because that might be a little bit too close to the bones. And we all know what we are like when we discuss politics. It is very easy to get all heated up, and it would be very easy to actually break a group. So you have to be very careful. But as my friend Scott Fitzgerald said, it can be an absolutely fantastic source if you start small. For example, if you go into something that's happened locally. For example, something that happens near here in Spain all the time is that very often news of corruptions of some council or council members, or people who are in companies that have been caught up in some scandals with some politicians, jump onto the fray, into the news. So it's quite easy to implement those into your games. You've been hired to find out the past of this person who's been appointed by the Lord of the land, but you've been hired by the person who actually wants to get rid of the Lord of the land. And eventually you are found out that you are looking for that information for the wrong person, so somebody tries to kill you because they don't want you to find that information, and because the person who hired you also has found out that you've been found out, then they also send somebody else to kill you because they don't want to be found out of being found out because you've been found out of finding out. Yes, it is convoluted, but that is actually what politics should be all about. That is what politics is all about. So you can transfer that to pretty much anywhere. Absolutely anywhere you like, in science fiction, etc. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you are hired by the Lord of the Land. Whatever the science fiction, medieval fantasy, modern, goth, cyberpunk, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter when it is. You've been hired as a group of security guards, mercenary, police, it doesn't matter. You've been hired to go and cleanse an area of some invaders. When you arrive, you realize actually they are not invaders, they are refugees from a land where if you send them back, they're going to be a lot worse. What do? Do you actually do what you're told and commit genocide? Or do you throw them out knowing that they're going to die in the process just because those were your orders? How is that going to be in conflict with your character's morality or ethics? That sort of situation can indeed be utilized. And you know what? I think we should, because role-playing games, because it offers us a means to detach from the real world, it allows us for a means to actually include these topics, wrapping them in a different paper so they don't feel, they don't taste exactly the same. They're close enough to the bone, but they're different enough and far away enough that will allow us to express and explore those situations. You know, Vampire the Masquerade did that incredibly well when it first came out, and I believe they're trying to do it again now. I still need to be convinced on that. So it can happen, and I'm going to say that it actually should happen. So if you haven't considered it, if you think it's too close to the bone, please try to rethink. Try to consider how you could include it, because I think you're going to find that your games are going to be way more fun and interesting from now on. Please let me know what you think, and if you have already done it, please let me know your comments down there and your thoughts. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe, because I would love to have you there, and give me a thumbs up if you have liked this video, because it really means a lot. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will talk to you very soon.